Hey, what's up everybody? Jake here and welcome to the hobby. Now that we've seen quite a few people crack open booster packs of Prismatic Evolutions, we have a good understanding of the pull rates, and the pull rates are exactly what I expected. Whether that's a good or bad thing, that's going to be up to you, because personally to me, they look kind of abysmal. What I can say about the Prismatic Evolutions pull rates is that they're pretty much the exact same pull rates as every other sets that we've been seeing recently. It's the exact same pull rate as Evolving Skies, it's the exact same pull rate as Fusion Strike, is the exact same pull rate as Paldean Fates, and all of these other sets, but that is not going to be a good pull rate for Prismatic Evolutions. What it basically comes down to is that you're going to have to crack open right around 60 to 70 booster packs to pull yourself a single special illustration rare. This is a very consistent pull rate that the Pokemon Company has been doing for most of their sets. The big issue with that is that Prismatic Evolutions is very expensive. The vast majority of people are not going to be able to crack 60 to 70 booster packs to pull themselves a single special illustration rare. And remember, there are a ton of special illustration rares inside of Prismatic Evolutions. There are 32 special illustrations rares to be exact, and that means the odds of you pulling any specific evolution card is extremely low. I've been watching people crack open a lot of Prismatic Evolutions packs, and I can tell you right now, if you want to pull yourself even a single evolution, regardless of which one you want to pull, you might not see a single evolution in 1,000 booster pack, which is kind of disheartening. Kind of disheartening to know that you can crack open 1,000 booster packs and you might not pull a single evolution SIR. Now, the odds of you wanting to pull a specific evolution SIR is even more ridiculous. Let's talk about something like the Umbreon. If you want to pull yourself the Umbreon special illustration rare, right now it looks like the pull rate is probably 1 in every single 64 booster packs, you're going to get yourself a special illustration rare. So that's actually being generous. Some other estimates have them a little bit higher, where it's actually like 66 to 68 booster packs to pull yourself a single special illustration rare. But let's say we're being generous and the odds are 64 booster packs for every single special illustration rare. Well, you're seeing around one single Umbreon inside of every single 2,048 booster packs. It takes 2,000 booster packs to see yourself a single Umbreon special illustration rare. This is a big reason why the Umbreon prices on the secondary market are going for well over $1,000 right now. Auction prices have the Umbreon going for significantly closer to $2,000 for a single copy. I actually did a video estimating what the price I think the Umbreon would be on release, and I was dead wrong. And the interesting thing about that was I was completely right on the pull rate. I got the pull rate completely right. I knew exactly what the pull rate was going to be ahead of time, which I think makes sense because it's the exact same pull rate as we've seen for every other set. So I don't know why the comment section thought that Prismatic Evolutions would have a better pull rate. It's an optimistic point of view, but it just didn't occur. So why was I dead wrong on the price? Because I predicted that the Umbreon would be right around $600 to $800. Well, my prediction was based on booster packs of Prismatic Evolutions being $5. If Prismatic Evolutions booster packs were $5, I think the Umbreon being a $600 to $800 card makes complete sense. The big issue is that booster packs of Prismatic Evolutions is really going for closer to $15 to $20 for a single pack right now. So when booster packs are going for $15 to $20, the cost of the Umbreon goes up significantly higher. I spoke about this in previous videos, and ultimately right now, because booster packs prices are so incredibly expensive, that's a big portion of why some of these special illustration rares are so expensive. So this doesn't mean Prismatic Evolutions is a bad set long term. I'm going to tell you right now, I think some of the sets with the worst pull rates, some of the least fun sets to crack open, are some of the ones that gain the most value long term. Sets like Evolving Skies and Fusion Strikes obviously are prime examples of sets that are just unfun to crack open because their pull rates absolutely stinks. So you crack open 100 booster pack, you might get a slap in the face because you're not going to pull a single good card. That's how hard some of these pull rates can really get. But ultimately, because the pull rate is so incredibly hard, that actually helps the value of Prismatic Evolutions long term. Some of the sets that I would say are the least fun to crack open are the ones that are the most desirable long term, because people have to crack open so many booster packs to find the right chase cards. And Prismatic Evolution is going to be a prime example of that. 32 special illustration rare is incredibly high. Imagine if you crack open 6 to 7 Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer boxes, you pull yourself one single SIR, and that SIR happens to be something you really didn't want. Let's go with like a Crispin. Let's say you pull yourself an Umbreon or a Crispin SIR. Those are potential SIRs that you could pull. That would be devastating to crack open 70 booster packs of Prismatic Evolution. That would be devastating if you crack open 100 booster packs of Prismatic Evolution, and the only SIR you pull is a Crispin or an Umbreon. Nothing against those cards. Those are going to be cards that I would be cool with pulling, because pulling any SIRs is great, but you're spending a ton of money to crack open Prismatic Evolution booster packs, and the pull rates are so incredibly low. Let's face it, it's the exact same pull rate as every other set, but the pull rate is so incredibly low, you're probably not going to have an enjoyable experience. There's going to be that one guy out there who pulls themselves the Umbreon or the Espeon or the Sylveon, and they're going to be pretty excited, but those cases are going to be few and far in between. The vast majority of people who crack open Prismatic Evolutions are going to have a bad time, which is so unfortunate. Now, there is some good news inside of Prismatic Evolutions. One of the good news is that rumor has it Prismatic Evolution does have a mini God booster pack inside. Basically, people were able to pull 3 SIRs inside of a single booster pack. This is very similar to 151, where we also had sort of like a mini God pack. Every now and again, you could actually pull yourself the complete set of Charizard EX or Blastoise EX or Venusaur EX. Well, in Prismatic Evolutions, it looks like every now and again, inside of a single booster pack, you can pull yourself 3 SIRs, which does help the pull rate. Right now, I would actually be pretty confident in saying that you're going to pull yourself 1 single Umbreon inside of every single 2,000 booster pack. That sounds to be the exact right ratio that the Prismatic Evolutions pull rate is going for, which is going to be very, very hard, because 2,000 booster packs is an insane amount of money to put down for a single copy, which is why you're seeing prices for the Umbreon being so expensive. A lot of people are saying these prices for the Umbreons are scalping prices. They're ridiculous. They don't make sense. The math checks out to me. The math checks out. If booster packs are going for $15 to $20, the Umbreon is going to be right around a $2,000 raw card. That is disgusting, but the math checks out. The logic makes sense. It doesn't sound like it's being manipulated. It doesn't sound like they're scalping. That's just how hard the Umbreon is to pull right now. I don't even want to begin to talk about how expensive the Master Balls are going to be. This is me just talking about these prices. I don't have an Umbreon. I'm not trying to manipulate the market. I'm not trying to say, yes, let's make the Umbreon super expensive. I don't want it to be super expensive, because I would love to have a copy inside of my collection, and I can tell you I'm probably not going to pull it. I'm probably not going to pull the Umbreon. I'm probably going to have to buy it on the secondary market, and I'd prefer not spending $2,000 on a single modern Pokemon card. I really prefer not doing that, because my wife would probably kill me if I purchased that card anyway. My point is, there's 2,000 booster packs to pull yourself a single Umbreon. The pull rate is abysmal. Most people are not going to have a ton of fun cracking open this set. Illustration rares used to be in prior sets to make it so that even if you're not pulling yourself an SIR, you're getting some kind of consolation prizes. Because they removed illustration rares from Prismatic Evolutions, your consolation prizes are going to be your Pokeball holographic reverse and your Master Ball holographic reverse. If you're cracking open 64 booster packs, you're probably going to find yourself 2 Master Ball holographic reverse and a couple of Pokeball holographic reverse. Are those going to be really worth the removal of illustration rares? I don't see that. So this is going to be an interesting one to see where it goes out long term. A lot of people say they prefer hard chases. Well, this Umbreon being 1 in every single 2,000 pack is going to be an incredibly hard chase. So the collectors that really enjoy a ton of value inside of their packs, this is it. This is going to be an example of a hard chase. This is the experiment that shows how hard a chase of a card can get. Because we've had sets before where you need to crack open 600 to 1,000 booster packs to pull yourself a single copy of card, something like the Giratina V in Lost Origin. That card is right around 1 in 1,000 booster pack, and that's already pretty hard. Well, this Umbreon is double, a multiplier harder to find inside of Prismatic Evolutions. So it's going to be interesting to see where things turn out. Like I said, sets with the hardest chase tend to be sets that are the most popular long term. It sucks for the pack opening experience, but it's great for long-term collector. So let me know which side on the fence you are on. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.